Time to put some work back into this green, get on top of it. So we're gonna put some liquid fertilizers out today. Gonna put out some plant growth regulator as well. Show you guys how I use that and why I use it and why it's so handy in lawn care. And then just getting some maintenance done on the property as well, on this green surrounds and everything. So let's just rip into it. Before we start anything, just want to show you guys how good this area that basically died out is looking now since we've been using wetting agent and keeping on top of it. That looks heaps better there. Even this spot here is all green shoots all throughout this, which is so good. Now I need to come and mow and tidy up some of the dodgy looking spots, which is why we're gonna do a mow in a minute. But the green is handling the dry and windy weather really well, and wetting agents has really good help with that. So we're gonna follow up with a wetting agent application today with some liquid fert, because I haven't fed the green in a very long time. It's due for a feed. You can just see it in the color of it. It's just not shining as much as it normally does. It still looks pretty good, like, I'll be honest, it still looks good, but we just need to get this thing shining. You can also see that the weeds that we sprayed last week with bow and arrow have been knocked really hard, and they're dying. These are not coming back. These suckers here, really yellow, looking very sick, turned up. Within the next day I saw them turn up, but they're really starting to look sick now, almost a week later. We're 2 days off a week later, and these guys are definitely dying out. Also, I'm not sure if you guys saw, but I actually got a hole-in-one, first hole-in-one on the green this week, just a couple of days ago. Luckily I had a mate here. Thanks Ben Norris for being here. And I got a hole-in-one. Unfortunately I didn't have a camera rolling. Normally I have the camera rolling on the tree over there near the green, but it was flat. So I bought a solar panel for it, so it's just always gonna be, they would be running. Man, surreal. Some people didn't believe that I didn't get it because we didn't film it, but hey, at least they know I got it. But pure shot from the top tee, where the top tee is going to be, came down, hit the top of this ridge just here, and then just trickled down towards the hole and just dropped in. Like, man, never had a hole-in-one before, so it was pretty cool. Wish I had filmed it though, man, frustrating. So as I mentioned, we're gonna get some wetting agent out today. We're gonna put some tricure down on this area. Not only the bent grass today, we're gonna do the ryegrass as well, because the ryegrass is actually struggling a bit lately. And it just needs something to help retain some moisture, but also help get it below that top layer a little bit down to the root system. It just doesn't look as good as it should, and the bent grass is thriving so much more, even though they're both getting the same amount of water. So put that down. I'm also gonna put out some acelepryn, because I actually didn't put acelepryn down on the green and the surrounds because I forgot to when I did the Kikuyu. So I'll put that down today as well. It's not going to be a problem being a little bit late, but I'm also going to mix in some bifenthrin with it as well, just to make sure we knock down anything that may be a bit more mature in there, because you'll start to see grub damage towards the end of this month, and in December, if you're in a warmer climate somewhere in Queensland, you could be seeing some African black beetle doing some damage on your lawn now. So yeah, I probably missed the window a little bit with the acelepryn, but I can still get it down to protect myself for those 6 months. And I'll put some bifenthrin down on top of that as a knockdown in case there is anything in there. So we'll mix that all up now with the wetting agent, won't be a problem, and then we'll just water it in afterwards. All right, as you can see, I've got quite a few products here. Now the main one I'm trying to get out today is obviously our wetting agent, the bifenthrin, which is Fortune Ultra, and then we've also got the acelepryn down here as well in a liquid form, just so I can put it out like this. Otherwise it would be the GR if it was just on the ryegrass surrounds. Whoops. Then we've got some liquid fertilizer just to give this a bit of a kick of iron as well. That's what Brilliance has got in it, and that's 1% nitrogen, not a lot. I don't really push too much growth at the moment because we don't need to, because it's getting quite warm and you don't want to push too much growth on cool season grass in the hotter months because you'll just stress it out. Kikuyu, cooch, warm season grasses, not a problem. Then just some survival for our root system, just to help increase some root density and root depth. If you've seen, I've been mostly playing survival with most applications, and have a look at my root system and the root mass. Like, it is schmick at the moment. Like, it's looking so good. So I'll make sure to get some more out of that again. Something I like to get out at least every 2 to 3 weeks, just to really help develop that root system, especially on a new lawn. But we'll put these all out at recommended application rate today. I won't run through all that. If you want to know them, look on the label. It says all the rates for all these on the labels. But let's get it done. So I need to make sure I water all of that product in because it needs to get down below the leaf surface. Obviously the Acelepryn, the Fortune Ultra, and even the Survival as well needs to get down. And the Brilliance not so much, but the Brilliance can actually be used either as a foliar application or a soil application as well. So not going to be a problem watering that in. So we'll just chuck the irrigation on now, and even the wetting agent too, we need to get water on there just so it works properly. Now, as I've said, Tri-Cure doesn't burn, so we can leave it for 24 hours and it's not going to burn the grass, but we're just going to water in now because of all the other product that is mixed in there. All right, we're done. So I'm doing about 30 minutes per head because I've got to water in the ryegrass as well. Is that going to hit me? Maybe. So I'll come back tomorrow and I'm going to apply some plant growth regulator tomorrow. I couldn't mix it with today because plant growth regulator cannot be watered in, and you actually can't apply it after you've done a mow in the last 4 to 6 hours as well, because it will burn if you mow either side of it. So we won't mow tomorrow. We'll put out our plant growth regulator. Just by itself, we put a liquid fert out today, so we don't need to mix liquid fertilizer with it, but generally I would put it out with a liquid iron, because first application, sometimes you can get a little bit of discoloration when the grass is getting used to it. So you always stick to low rates and put a liquid iron in there as well, just to prevent any issues. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. So time to get this plant growth regulator out today. So we're using some Primo Max today. So the main reason we're using this is to slow down growth, so I can actually keep up with the green. Good to use on your home lawns as well. If you don't want to be mowing 2 to 3 times a week to really keep your lawn healthy, really good at suppressing growth. Now we're going to go really low rate with this today because it's our first application of it. Generally, as I said yesterday, we'll apply a liquid iron or something with it because sometimes you can get a little bit of discoloration. But we applied some products yesterday, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. But I'm going super low rates today. I'm only going at 2 mil per 100 square meters. Really just to suppress it slightly, densen that surface up a little bit. Now it's not going to help it creep sideways like crazy, but it's just going to make the turf denser. I'm going to put it on the ryegrass as well. I may up the rate to about 4 mil per 100 square meters once I've done my first application, but we're going to stay pretty low with the bent grass. I'm not trying to suppress too much growth because we still want it to repair, but we just want to help it keep on top of the mowing. So really, really awesome product. Helps with our water saving as well because the plant isn't growing so much, and your turf actually looks a lot darker green as well once you start regularly using it. So cool product, really, really cool how it works. I think I'm getting overspraying. There's 2 days in a row. I'm sweaty. Woo! Nasty. Anyway, done, which is awesome. Now I could have chucked more out in the ryegrass and it would have been fine, but just easy to do it all with the one tank. All up, this is about 1,000 square meters on this whole area just here, so it makes it super easy just to calculate and do it all with the same sort of applications. But just make sure with plant growth regulator you don't mow 4 to 6 hours either side of applying it because you can burn it. Just keep off it until it dries out as well, and that's just do it wearing your gumboots or something like that. Just be super safe around there, your kids or pets. Same thing as I say with every single product you put out, even when it comes to fertilizers. Just keep them off until it dries out, just for your peace of mind. But that should start to work within the next 2 to 3 days, and I'd say this time of year it'll wear off in about 2 to 3 weeks because it's quite a bit warmer. If you want to know how quickly it can wear out, you can go on Syngenta's website, and they do have what they call a GDD calculator, growing degree days, which actually helps calculate when you need to reapply your plant growth regulator again. So plenty of ways to do it, plenty of ways to figure it out. Rule of thumb is try and do it before it runs out, because it goes into what they call a rebound stage and actually has a big flush of growth once the regulator starts to wear off. So just be aware of that. Seriously though, the green is looking really good after wetting agent yesterday. It's just, I don't know what it is about it, but it just honestly does look different. It looks tidier, looks a bit healthier. Found a couple of black beetle actually on the green, just the actual beetle themselves, not the larvae, after I sprayed out that Acelepryn and the bifenthrin yesterday. So there's definitely some of them hanging around. They've either planted their larvae, which not planted, laid them, or they're just hanging around afterwards, I don't know. But here is one little sucker just here, little turd. And there's been a few of them, a lot of the magpies and stuff have come and grabbed them, but yes, there's definitely a lot of them around the green, especially in the ryegrass. I found quite a few of them as well. Most of them gone now. That was yesterday afternoon after I sprayed it and watered it in. Well, thanks guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I hope you learned something today. Lots of stuff going on. Definitely getting into the swing of the season now when stuff like this starts happening. Reminds me of the golf course. Well, technically it is. Anyway, thanks guys so much for watching. Appreciate yous, and I'll see you guys very soon. By the way, Tiff Tuff's getting laid on the fairway, 2nd of December, so not far away.